Our earlier session, we didn't do too good on the video with Vernon LaVia right at the beginning there, and I'm going to put it together here again. We're going to replay it from the entirety from the beginning, and I really apologize to Vernon and you viewers there about that. And we're going to have more on Friday about the 40-minute extended session that we had earlier today. So without further ado, I'm going to hit the buttons here and we'll do it right this time, hopefully, and God willing. And here's the interview with Vernon LaVia. We are here today with Vernon LaVia. I've known him for 20 years or more, and as a brother in Christ and in my Kiwanis Club of Aurora. He's a Duke University graduate, an economist who's opened 20 small businesses. He's traveled as a bird watcher to 6 continents, 55 countries, and all 50 states. And we're going to have a little chat with Vernon about his new book, Make Earth Great Again. So Vernon, thank you for being here, and tell us about the premise of your new book.
Thank you, John. It's my pleasure, and thank you for helping to connect people in a thoughtful way during COVID-19. So the book, Make Earth Great Again, came out of my travels around the world. Here's the premise, John. After tens of thousands of years of humans living outdoors and in small groups, 3 main changes have taken place with humanity. And nobody is to blame, by the way. My book doesn't blame anybody. Change number 1, humanity has raced indoors and into crowded cities. In just the past 100 to 150 years, Americans now have 81% of everybody living in urban or city environments. They live on just 3% of the land. After tens of thousands of years of living as rural, in a rural existence. So I like to say we are now indoor citified creatures. Number 2, at the same time, gross consumerism has practically become a religion where people spend much more time researching what unnecessary item they are going to purchase next, and more time than they spend reading the great religious books. And number 3, the world's population has gone from 1.7 billion in 1920 to 7.8 billion today. That's 6 billion more people have suddenly arrived on this planet in just 100 years. Let me put it in a consumeristic term. That would be like 3 million people showing up at the gates of Disney World on the same day. Disney World has a capacity of 50,000 people. It would collapse the system. Food and drink would run out. It would be chaos. My book highlights 26 irrefutable facts about the ways humans impact the earth. And then I provide some solutions. After all, John, I am most certainly a hopeful creature.
Vernon, you said a lot there, and I wonder, a question for you really, how did you arrive at this theory on the earth? And it's almost like a new perspective. I don't know what happened here now. Okay, new perspective. New perspective, maybe. Okay.
Well, my book is the listening of the words of many, many other people. In fact, I drove from California to Connecticut on a 34-day journey, and I met with professors and scientists and MD doctors and ornithologists and elected officials and even restaurant owners. And the people in the restaurants, they had their perspective on the earth. In one diner in eastern Colorado, for example, the owner of the restaurant let me stand up and talk to all 25 of his customers. And all I said was, I'm curious about how folks think about the earth. I didn't say anything else. And voila, those people essentially gave me the content of my book. They were all over the board, John.
Well, that's great, Vernon. You sound like you have a lot of true collaboration efforts. Let's switch gears and think about what's happening right now with COVID-19 and the way people are staying at home. How have you spent your time, Vernon, and are there any lessons in your book? Lessons.
Well, it's really simple, John. Nature is nature's cure. A chapter in my book, in fact, is called Nature RX. Doctors, MDs all around the world are prescribing nature instead of prescription drugs. We here in America just throw a prescription at everything. But you can cure PTSD, sleeplessness, anxiety with nature. I've been going out birding sometimes twice per day, rain or even snow. I go to my favorite Kane County forest preserves. So the simple message, John, is go walk in the woods, off the trail, not on blacktop, but in the actual woods. And most importantly, take children. Children, they need to become able to interpret and understand the signs of nature for our existence.
Well, thank you, Vernon. And so everybody, please email Vernon, and his address, you see it. I'll have it on the screen in a moment. And just his name, Vernon LaVia at AOL.com. And remember, his book is $15. A hat's $15. And you can get a book and a hat for $25 plus shipping. So thank you, Vernon, for being with us. And this is John Ross saying goodbye from XPian News on Facebook. Bye-bye.